Hi everyone and welcome to my loft. In complete contrast to the other videos that I've put on a different YouTube channel, which were my radio controlled scale model helicopters, I've decided to give up with that hobby and get back into model railways. Now, I was heavily involved with model railways in the 70s, which was a long time ago now, and I've decided to get back into the hobby. The advent of DCC has sort of persuaded me to get back into model railways. I mean, I've always loved model railways and the full-size railways, so it didn't really take much persuading. But as I say, I think the advent of DCC was what swung it for me. Now, as you can see, I'm in my loft. I haven't started building the layout yet. The layout's going to be based on the Blyth Cambois motive power depot area, which is only about a 10-15 minute drive from where I live. Sadly, the site's no longer there now. There's nothing left of the depot at all. The whole area's been flattened, and there's very few bits and pieces left of, you know, what used to be there. The only thing that's there now is a through line down to the Alcan site at North Blyth. So as I say, the depot and everything's gone, but that's the area that I'm hoping to model anyway. Now, I've got quite a lot of work to do in the loft. I've got some woodwork here, some roof supports, and I've had a joiner in who says that these can be altered, if not removed altogether, which I would like to have done if I can, because I want to try and have the loft as walk-through as possible. Every time I get through these, every time I go through these, I crack my head on something. I'm fed up with it now. The other thing that I've got in there is, you can see, a chimney stack. Now, I've had a roofer in, and we'll just come through to the other part here so I can talk a bit more about that. I've had a roofer come and have a look, and he's given me a price for to get the chimney stack removed altogether, and he's going to put a Velux window in up there, which will help with temperature rather and ventilation in the loft area. The other thing that I'm going to do is, as well, obviously where these rafters are here, I'm going to insulate the rafters out and plasterboard them, which I'm pretty sure I can do that myself. I don't think that would be too hard. The gable end walls there at the back, I'm going to get them painted. I'll get them painted white, which will obviously help with lighting as well, light reflection, as well as, you know, other bits and pieces that need doing. The loft ladder there, and that was, I think I got that from B&Q. I think it was about £38 or something. It's one of those two-stage pulley down ones. You know, you put the hook on the rod at on the bottom rung and just pull the ladder down once you've opened the hatch there, and just push it back up again. Now, the ladder, I may have to alter that, because the layout width-wise, it's going to be about 8 foot between the purlins there. I've got about 8 foot working space to build the layout. Now, but I think the ladder is going to be in the way of the baseboards. When the ladder's going up and down, it's going to hit the baseboards, so I'm going to have to do something about that, either change the ladder or put, you know, reposition it or do something with it to you know, to clear the baseboards, because I don't want any damage done to those. Now, an electrician friend of mine came and put me some strip lights in. He's put us 3 5-foot tube lights in. I've got one at each end, which you can just see the other one there, and one in the middle here. Also, he put us a switch in there to switch them on and off as I come through the hatch. Probably the switch is going to have to be moved somewhere else. And he also put me a double socket in for power. Now, the method of train control that I'm using the Bachmann Dynamis. Now, I've heard a lot of people on some of the model railway forums saying that they having interference or problems with control with the Dynamis, losing the signal because of fluorescent tubes. And I have to say that I haven't had any problems with mine at all. I mean, that section there in the loft, I normally set up a little bit of track just to get the any new locomotives run in, and I haven't had any problems at all. I've had the locomotives with the Dynamis in that end, and I've been down in this end of the loft, and it's been working fine with the handset from, you know, at opposite ends, and it's always worked fine. I haven't had any problems. I've been directly under the lights, no problems whatsoever, so I'm pleased about that. As I say, I've gone for the Bachmann Dynamis. That was after getting the, I think it was a free DVD on the British Railway Modelling magazine of a demonstration of the Dynamis and that, and I was really impressed with it. So I went ahead and I got the Dynamis in the Pro box to, you know, to enable me to read and write CVs and that. So I'm well pleased with it. It seems to be working fine. Now, as I say, you can see I haven't started the layout yet, but I thought, well, while I'm getting the money together to get this work done in the loft, and I think it's probably going to be round about the summer of next year, 2012, when I can afford to get the chimney stack taken out and this woodwork altered. But I thought, well, in the meantime, there's nothing to stop me getting some railway bits and pieces that I'm going to need for the layout, i.e. locomotives, wagons and stuff like that. And those boxes that I've got at the back there, you can just see them there. I've got a couple stacked up there, and that's the boxes that I've got my railway stuff in. And what I'll do is, in another video, I'll get the boxes open and I'll let you have a look at them, you know, to show you what bits and pieces I'm going to be using on the layout. I've made a start with the locomotives, as I said. I wanted approximately 6 of the Bachmann BR Blue Class 37 logos. Well, I've got 5 of them, and they came with SWD sounds, as anybody will know that buys these. Now, I've actually had these reblown at house. I couldn't get away with the SWD sounds. I was moving the logo and the engine tone was just saying the same, and sometimes I had moved the logo and stopped it, and then the engine tone would change, and I thought, well, it's, you know, it didn't seem right. And after taking advice on some of the model railway forums, the house option seemed the only way to go. And I'm really pleased that I did that. It's a lot better from a drivability point of view. You know, you've got the engine tone rises and falls with the speed of the locomotive, and you get a lot more sounds on the decoder as well. So that's, as I say, I went with house for the sounds. Now, I've got 5 Class 37s. I want 6, so I need to get another one. I've got my Class 8 shunter, but I still need, that's a Hornby one, which is not, it's DCC ready, but doesn't have a sound chip in at all, which I'm going to get that done very soon. I'll get that sent off and get the sound decoder and speaker fitted with the house, obviously the Class 8 house sound zone. But that's pretty much all I can show you at the moment in the loft. Work's been quite slow. Just as a matter of interest for anybody who may be thinking about putting loft flooring in, that's the stuff that I used there. You get it in packs of 3 from Wix. It's just loft storage panels, it's called. As I say, you get them in a pack of 3, and you just screw them down to your joists and that, obviously when you've made sure that you haven't got any cables or anything in the way, before you start putting screws through, because it would be interesting if you drill through one of them. So that's pretty much it for now. So as I say, I'll come back with another video, and I'll let you have a look at some of the bits and pieces I've been buying, along with any other work that I might get done in the loft between now and the next video. But I doubt it. As I say, it's pretty much going to be the summer of next year before I can get the chimney stack out, and you know, the woodwork altered and that, and get the you know, the rafters insulated and plaster boarded. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Okay, cheers, thank you, bye.